Hello, you're welcome back to my channel. So remember the Dartless pencil gown that we drafted? In case you've not watched that video, I'll leave the link in the description box below. So I decided to make this simple and basic gown first so it will be easy for us to follow. Remember I promised to use the pattern to make different dresses. So I've placed the pattern on the fabric and I want to make this a short dress, okay, more like a knee length. So I've reduced the length of that pattern and I want to add my hemming allowance. So adding my hemming allowance to the front panel, I'll do the same thing to the back panel. Okay. So this is going to be a sleeveless gown and it will be as an inner for a kimono. So cutting it out and I'll cut the back panel as well. So there it is, and I'll set the pattern aside and I'll work on the fabrics now. So because it's a sleeveless gown, I'll reduce the shoulder with about 1 inch and then I'll connect it to the arm cuff. I'll do the same thing to the back panel so it will be uniformed. So reducing it, I will now connect it to the arm cuff, okay, and then cut it out. So when I'm done with that, here I am trying to create a welt pocket. I'll leave the link of that video in the description box below. So I just had to mark this, okay. In case you don't have any idea about welt pocket, I'll leave the link of the video in the description. I don't know why I'm twisting my tongue this evening. So there it is, I've marked, and I've marked the zipper allowance on the back panel. So I'll go ahead and add interface to the zipper allowance and then insert my zipper. Inserting my zipper, I'll work on the slit of the gown. So because I like to sew everything down to the hem, I'll have to lose the slit to the point that I stop stitch, okay? And then I'll bring in a hemming gum and then I will iron it flat, okay? And then I will use 2 inches to do the hemming because that's the allowance I added. So at this point, I'll bring the front panel that I've already worked on the welt pocket. I'll join the shoulder and take out my seam allowance. So for the neck, that neck has a standing collar which is inverted pleats. So I'm using 2.5 inches as the height of the fabric and making it unfold. It will be 1/4 inches. Okay. So to start it, I will use a 1/4 inch to sew the end, iron it flat so it will be easy for me to pleat on, and then I'll start the inverted pleat. They are very tiny inverted pleats, so I'll be using 1/4 inch to do the pleating. If you have a better way of how to go about inverted pleats, please leave a comment for me in the comment section. Okay, so we'll learn together. So this is just the way I went about it. I didn't have any particular measurements for the length of this fabric. I simply made a very long piece just to give me more, a long fabric to work with, because I'll have to pleat this to the neck circumference of the dress. So I'm trying to pleat it and it will take time. So most of it I will have to do it off camera. Okay, but I'm just trying to show us the process. Okay, very tiny pleat it is. So and you need a lot of pins for this and a lot of patience. Okay. So this is how I will work on it to the length of the neck circumference. So when I'm done with it, I will iron it flat. Okay, I'll take it to the ironing board and iron it, and measuring the neck circumference, because like I said, the inverted plate has to be the neck circumference. I'm just pinning down every point that make it easy for me to measure the neck circumference. So taking the neck circumference now, unfold, I have 9 inches, and that 9 you multiply by 2, that gives us 18. So the length of the inverted plate I did is 18 inches, and then I close up the last end of it. So I'll take it to the neck circumference now, and I'll pin it from one zipper end to the next zipper. Okay, sew it all round, and this is what it looks like. So at this point, I'll bring the lining that I made it the same where I did the fabric. Okay, so I'll take it to the zipper allowance. I'm placing it over the zipper because I'll sew the lining, the fabric, and the zipper together. But make sure that you don't climb the zipper teeth. Okay, so then I'll take it round the neck. Taking it around the neck, I've sewn it and stop stitch, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so the next thing we'll have to work on the sleeves. Now remember I said it's a sleeveless dress, so I'll take it to the back side, turning it inside out. I'll now take in half inch on the lining and half inch on the fabric, and then you ensure that the fabric and the lining shoulder line corresponds. Okay, so when you now pin it like that, you twist it a little. Now this is the method you can find on ready-made ways. So you twist it somehow, and then you have to sew it from that shoulder line, making sure that the seam that you have on the fabric and the lining corresponds. Okay, so you need to pin this. You pin it at the shoulder, and then you pin it at the seams that you did, okay, on the fabric and the lining, so that you'll be sure that you didn't push more into the other side than the other. So you sew it from one shoulder to the next, to meet that stitch again. Hope you understand. Okay, and then you turn it to the other side. Turning to the other side, this is what you should have. Okay, and then you have to stop stitch this. Stop stitching this, you can take it from the under. Just try to make sure that it comes under your machine. So stop stitch and iron it flat, and then this is our dress. So if you have any comment, any question, leave it for me in the comment section and we'll work on it together. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.